This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Tuesday, the 22nd day of February in the year 2022. I'm Gordon Mosley, and here's what we're tracking tonight. The People's National Congress today called on the government to abandon the gas to shore project and explore other viable options to utilize the country's natural gas resources. The party's position was made known today during a press conference by executive member of the party, Gary Best, who was responding to an announcement last week by the government that the project will get off the ground by the end of this year.
From this announcement, it is clear that the government intends to stubbornly forge ahead, ignoring the several red flags raised by independent analysts and technical experts on the project's costs, design, and viability.
Mr. Best said the country must not suffer the consequences of losing billions of dollars again, as it did with the failed Skeldon estate and the fiber optic cable projects. Best said the party has consulted with experts on the ground, and those experts have all highlighted less costly and more viable options to utilize the country's natural gas resources. In particular, the PNC reform believes that the use of ISO containers to ferry liquefied natural gas to shore is a much less expensive and more environmentally friendly transportation method, noting that the containers are seen in the industry as the easiest and more flexible means of conveyance to transport gases.
Apart from the massive cost savings relative to gas pipelines, the LNG tank container option would allow the country to export excess gas to several overseas markets. Clearly, this is a better option since such export is not possible in the pipeline project.
According to the PNC reform executive, the government has departed from parliamentary norms and is seeking to determine the future of the nation's oil and gas resources unilaterally.
This is a patent violation of this constitution, which is based on the philosophy of inclusive governance. It breaches Article 13 and other provisions of the Constitution. The PNCR therefore calls upon the government to immediately consult, discuss, and relook at the pipeline proposal in the light of the existence of a superior method of utilizing our nation's huge natural gas resources.
The People's National Congress therefore calls on the government to immediately consult, discuss, and relook at the pipeline proposal in the light of the existence of a superior method of utilizing the nation's huge natural gas resource, Best urged. The party is not ruling out going to the courts over the issue. There have been several questions raised about the gas ashore project as the cost continues to increase, even with the project still to get off of the ground. More news coming up in just a moment.
How fast is fiber? Think fast. GTT Fiber has 3 packages with download speeds of 50, 100, and 150 megabits per second. That's fast enough to stream movies and music, to chat with Gran and Fran, to study, and more. What would you do? Upgrade to GTT Fiber today and don't get left behind tomorrow.
Guyana, get ready for the first concert in 2 years. Masharama 2022 with the Doctor, E-Man.
It's all about Romy and the big fat sister Naomi. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girls, them ladies, I just still see I send them. If you're fed up with your boyfriend, you want a proper fix? Call me.
Live at the National Stadium, Saturday, 26th February. All COVID protocols are in place. Wear your mask, walk with your vaccine cards and IDs.
Combo pack up, we feeling best. Sunshine stacks above the rest. There is no contest, is the best mix, so we feeling best. Best value to how you feeling. Ole cheesy, too much ripples and more combo pack of flavors galore, yeah. Combo pack up, we feeling best. Sunshine stacks above the rest. There is no contest, is the best mix, so we feeling best.
Sunshine Snacks Combo Pack, now with a new look and new mix. Grab your pack today.
Best mix, so we feeling best.
Give me one dembe for my whole family. Their bread is tasty. Them
Baked with love and passion by our dedicated team of fine bakers, we give you Dembake. With the same great quality you're used to, we now have a slightly new look. Here in Land of Canaan, we are ready to give you even more. Don't wait until you're hungry. Reach for a slice of Dembake.
Dembake,
Dembake, healthy, wholesome living.
People may forget the present you bought for them, but they'll never forget your scent. Find your signature fragrance at Elite Fragrances and Trade-In, located at 123 Regent Road Border between Ornock Street and Shiv Chandapal Drive. Call 619-5151 or 227-1255. Get a designer fragrance for yourself or loved one that they will never forget.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100.
Welcome back. Former teacher at the Bishop's High School, Cohen Jackson, was found not guilty on one of 4 charges related to alleged sexual activity with a child by abusing a position of trust. The jury was, however, unable to reach a verdict on the other 3 similar charges, with 9 jurors voting not guilty while 3 jurors voted guilty. The judge in the matter indicated that Jackson will likely have to face a retrial on the 3 charges at the next session of the High Court. The decision by the jury came after just over a week of testimonies in the in-camera hearing. Jackson was first charged in 2018 after the Director of Public Prosecutions recommended the charge following a police investigation. The charges were first leveled against Jackson on social media by the then cultural advisor to the Guyana government, Ruel Johnson, who was at the time involved in a relationship with an ex-girlfriend of Jackson. Jackson had always maintained his innocence of the charges, although he admitted at a press conference that he was involved in a relationship with 2 former students, but those relationships, he said, blossomed after they were no longer at school and above the age of 18. After he was charged in connection with sexual activity with a child by abusing a position of trust, he filed a private civil suit against Ruel Johnson over his Facebook statements. The High Court recently ruled in Jackson's favor in that lawsuit, ordering Ruel Johnson to pay over $5 million for defaming his character. The entire sexual offences trial was held behind closed doors in the sexual offences court and away from the media. Details of the various testimonies delivered during the trial were not made available to the media. Jackson was represented by attorneys Nigel Hughes, Jerome Kahn, and Savannah Barnwell. 3 days into the search for the 3 fishermen who were thrown overboard when their fishing trawler flipped over, and there is still no sign of the fishermen. However, one of the search teams out in the Atlantic has found a large fishing net that they believe belonged to the trawler that sank. All 3 missing fishermen are feared dead. A 4th fisherman who was rescued on Saturday, moments after the vessel sank, has told investigators that the vessel started to encounter problems early on Saturday morning, and water was seen rushing into the engine room moments before the vessel flipped over and started to sink. The vessel's captain is among the 3 missing fishermen. They all work for Noble House Seafoods. The company broke its silence yesterday. In a statement last evening, Noble House Seafoods said it has met with the relatives of the missing fishermen and will continue to support the search efforts. The company came under fire from the government for not properly informing the authorities about the tragedy in a timely manner. The emergency services learned of the tragedy more than 24 hours after it occurred. Since then, searches have been taking place in the Atlantic Ocean, just off the coast of Maiconi. The fishermen were out at sea for 1 week when the tragedy occurred. Their family members are still holding out and hoping that the men will be found alive. That hope has been dimming over the past 24 hours. Oil company Sol Guyana intends to invest a total of $50 million as part of a 5-year development plan that aims to build on the company's achievements in the local market and support local development. On Monday, the company commissioned its new jetty facility at Rome on the east bank of the Marara. Construction of the jetty started in 2020 and was completed in just over a year and was on time and within the budget. Over $13 million was spent on the jetty project. During the commissioning ceremony yesterday, Sol Guyana General Manager Earl Caribon explained that with the new jetty, the company will enhance its support for the offshore services related to Guyana's fast-growing oil and gas sector.
In total, we will invest $13.8 million in projects in Guyana in 2022. and it is forecasted that we will spend US $29.6 million over the next 5 years. Sol indeed plays a pivotal role in the seamless operation of the offshore activities of the oil and gas sector by providing fuel. But we are so much more. We are across all sectors: marine, agriculture, manufacturing, hospitality, and road transportation. In every ship, in every business, in every car, in every home, you will find us there.
Mr. Carabin further stated that the development of local talent and promoting local content remains another one of the company's key priorities. He said Sol's management team is comprised of 78% Guyanese, while 97% of the company's workforce is Guyanese.
The development of local talent and promoting local content remains another of our key priorities. Our management team is comprised of 78% Guyanese. In addition, 97% of our overall staff are Guyanese, so truly a local content company. We recognize the importance of our team in achieving what we do, and we will continue to provide training and development opportunities for the enhancement and enrichment of our people.
The company said it has been quietly making other investments locally, including the completion of a fuel line from its terminal at Rome to the GYSBI fuel farm to allow for additional fuel berths for offshore vessels. Currently, the company is also constructing a new 55,000-barrel diesel tank at Rome to serve customers in both the oil and gas and non-oil and gas sectors. Other storage facilities are also being expanded, and the new service station on Mandela Avenue will be open soon. Foreign Affairs Minister Hugh Todd, who attended the company's commissioning of the jetty facility yesterday, congratulated the company for its investment and continued work in the oil and gas sector. Let's tell you now that a 28-year-old man who was arrested at the Chedijagan airport after more than 6 pounds of cocaine was found in a bowl of fried rice in his suitcase has been remanded to prison on the drug trafficking charge. Berbice resident Esmond Jermaine Anderson appeared at the Diamond Magistrates Court on Monday to answer the charge of trafficking narcotics. He pleaded not guilty to the charge and was remanded to jail until the 8th of March, when the matter will continue. The court was told that the accused was preparing to board a New York-bound flight when a search by Kanu ranks unearthed a bowl of fried rice in his suitcase that appeared extra heavy. A search of the bowl found the cocaine in a pack smuggled onto the fried rice. Anderson was arrested and brought to the city, where he was told of the offense. The Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit said the cocaine found in the bowl of fried rice carried a street value of more than 17 million Guyana dollars. The Guyana Water Incorporated GWI announced today that it is aiming to install 20,000 water meters along the coast this year as part of its quest to achieve its goal of 85% metering along the coastline by 2025. In a statement, GWI said the move to install more water meters is the continuation of a robust metering program, which saw over 15,000 meters being installed last year, inclusive of the replacement of close to 5,000 non-functional or faulty meters. The company's 5-year strategic plan for 2020 to 2025 sets out to achieve 85% of metering against baseline data from 2019, which reflects 53% metering along the coastline. Among the areas to be metered during this year in Region 2 are Anna Regina, Cottonfield, Lima, Mainstay, Reliance, and Walton Hall. In Region 3, the metering schedule includes Anna Catherina, then Amstel, Cornelia Ida, Good Fortune, Port Joint, and Versailles. On the east bank of the Marara, Eccles, Farm, Great Diamond, and Little Diamond, and on the east coast, Better Hope, Industry, Lusignan, Ogle, and Happy Acres will get meters, and in Georgetown, the metering schedule includes Kitty, Lamaha Gardens, Queenstown, South Ranville Gardens, and Bel-Air Gardens. In Region 6, metering will be done in various areas, including Williamsburg and Rose Hall, and Port Morant, while in Region 10, metering will be carried out in Amelia's Ward and other areas in Linden. The company explained that metered GWI customers are billed based on the amount of water consumed, and this allows them to manage their consumption to avoid a higher reading. The company also said metering helps it to control the demand for water.
Guyana, get ready for the first concert in 2 years. Masharama 2022 with the Doctor, E-Man.
It's all about Romy and the big fat sister Naomi. Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl them need this fire. I just still see I send them. Don't if you fed up with your boyfriend. You want a proper pick? Call me.
Live at the National Stadium, Saturday, 26th February. All COVID protocols are in place. Wear your mask, walk with your vaccine cards and IDs.
You taste the cheese, you hear the crunch. Grab a zoomers and zoom into fun. And with the first taste, you feel like you don't want it done. Blast off to a whole new place with every single bite. The cheesy goodness bring your taste buds alive. So let's just zoom into fun with this wheel-shaped light. Zoomers, zoomers, zoom into fun.
This is Mocha. Mobile Special and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Sol Guyana Inc. Mobile Special and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Sol Guyana Inc.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100. Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up, fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyoil Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyoil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Across the region tonight, judges on Colombia's Constitutional Court voted yesterday to decriminalize abortion until 24 weeks of gestation, the court said in a statement, in a victory for abortion rights groups, which sued to have the procedure removed from the penal code. The decision adds Colombia to a list of Latin American countries which have recently liberalized abortion access, including Mexico and Ecuador. Abortion was partially legalized in Colombia under a 2006 court decision, which allowed it only in cases of rape, fatal fetal deformity, and health of the woman without any time limits. Until Monday's ruling, backed by 5 of 9 judges, women will not be prosecuted for seeking abortions up to 24 weeks of gestation, after which the procedure will only be allowed under the original 3 conditions. Congress and the national government must now urgently implement policies to protect the rights of pregnant women, the court statement said, including family planning services, eliminating obstacles to abortion care, and help with adoptions. Search and cleanup efforts continue in the Brazilian city of Petropolis 5 days after flash floods and mudslides killed at least 171 people. The victims include at least 27 children and teenagers, while more than 120 are still missing, officials have confirmed. Repeated downpours have hampered the work of emergency teams, with authorities saying it is unlikely anyone will be found alive. About 900 people are being housed in schools and shelters. Workers are digging with spades and shovels through the rubble and muck, with teams of volunteers helping in the efforts. The search is being carried out with hand tools and chainsaws in unstable areas, with teams being helped by 41 sniffer dogs, reports the BBC. And finally tonight, international news. Canada's parliament has backed the government's decision to impose emergency powers to deal with weeks-long protest blockades against COVID restrictions. The motion passed with 185 votes to 151 on Monday, with the support of the Liberals and the left-leaning NDP. Over the weekend, police cleared a final protest site in Ottawa on the streets around Parliament Hill. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau invoked the Emergencies Act early last week. On Monday, the Liberal Prime Minister defended the continued use of the temporary emergency measures, saying that the situation across the country is still fragile and they are needed to prevent new blockades. He said the powers would not be kept in place for a single day longer than necessary. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, encouraging you to stay safe and have a good Mashramani.